Good afternoon, everyone. May you please take your seats. We're about to get started. Will the media please take their seats as well? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the National Film Development Corporation, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the 17th edition of the Film Bazaar. I'm Jitin Hingorani, Head of Programming, and it's a matter of pride to share with you that this year we have more than 1,000 delegates from all over the world, including Argentina, Australia, Austria, Bangladesh, Belgium, Canada, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Hong Kong, India, Iran, Israel, Italy, Japan, Mauritius, Netherlands, New Zealand, Romania, Russia, Switzerland, Singapore, Taiwan, Tajikistan, the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Wow, I feel like I'm emceeing the Miss Universe pageant. But for those of you who have been here before, welcome back to Film Bazaar. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Film Bazaar family. We embrace you because this is going to become a family for you. I would now like to invite the Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakur, on stage for the lamp lighting ceremony. Please give him a huge round of applause. I would also like to call on stage the Joint Secretary and MD of Film Bazaar, Shri Prithul Kumar, as well as Sanjay Gupta, the Country Head of Google India. Please come on stage. And may we ask you to please officially inaugurate Film Bazaar 2023 with our lamp lighting ceremony. Vani Tripathi ji, please join us on stage. Join them on stage for the lamp lighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Vani Tripathi, Steering Committee, Film Bazaar. Thank you all so much. Film Bazaar 2023 is officially inaugurated. Let's give it a huge round of applause. I would now like to ask Mr. Prithul Kumar, the Managing Director of Film Bazaar, to please give the welcome remarks and walk us through some of the highlights of Film Bazaar 2023.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I welcome all of you to this 17th edition of the Film Bazaar, which is happening alongside of 54th International Film Festival of India. And I'm so delighted to have a full house. Generally, the inauguration used to take place on the 21st. We used to say that the festival will start from 20th, but the film festival used to start, but the bazaar used to start from 21st. This year, we have made sure that the bazaar also starts on the 20th, and all the interactions and the wonderful ecosystem starts on the 20th itself. And I will just walk you through to the I'll just walk you through to the highlights of this year. I know most of you are aware of what all are the features of the bazaar. One of the most important segments of this bazaar is the co-production market, where the films are available, with the ideas which have conceptualized, they have started. At least 25% of the film has been started and made. So they are looking for partners, they are looking for co-producers, they are looking for financiers. So we have curated about 42 projects this time, and this time it is not just the 20 feature films, but also the 12 documentary films we have included. This documentary edition is for the first time, and that is to recognize that world over documentaries are being considered as a medium of expression, are being widely appreciated, and at the same time also to mark that India's documentary has done so well at the world level, and they've been recognized the Elephant Vespers and the other ones also at the various awards. So, because of the growing interest, not just this, we have included it in other segments as well. So these 20 features come from 11 different countries across the world. Documentaries come from 7 countries. And mind you, they were selected from a tough selection of 142 eligible entries which we received. So it's a very, very good curation we have here. I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy that. Thanks. Work in Progress Lab, it is the rough cut, final cuts which are available and they can be exposed to people. Here also, the documentaries have been made as an edition for the same reason. And there are a lot of projects which have come to the Work in Progress Lab and have made a name for themselves later on. Viewing room this year, again, marks 200 feature films and including shorts and documentaries. One of the important segments of this year's viewing room is, which is meant for the festival directors, which is meant for the people coming across the world as producers, sales agents, marketing agents. So it is very important for them to showcase this year's India's collection of 10 restored classic films, which has been just restored this year under the National Film Heritage Mission project of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. And this is just the beginning, and we just wanted that it should be a part of the restored classic section. So that has been made an addition this year. And then out of these 200 films, we have 10 films as Film Bazaar recommends this year, recommends not just has feature films, but it also has animation films to showcase, the best of animation content which is coming forward from India. Next. Market screening, we have 3 auditoriums where we will do the market screening. So there are 32 projects this time. A lot of projects have become very, very successful after having their market screenings here. So Screenwriters Lab has been rejuvenated. We used to do 6 scripts. We used to walk them through for 6 months, and we used to improve upon that scripts. This time we have done 8 scripts, and apart from the resident mentors, we have also got visiting mentors. And believe me, we had interaction with the mentors and the script writers. The script writers, out of those 8 script writers, 2 of them are already national award winners. So a difficult time in selecting these 8 scripts from hundreds of scripts which came to us, but it has come out really well, and the kind of ownership and from the mentors and both the script writers is actually proving very, very well. And I'm sure that when you look at these scripts, there's going to be a fight of which script to take and who will take that script. Knowledge series, it's a fantastic lineup of the panel sessions, the master classes, and the country sessions projecting their countries' shooting locations and incentives. So, and this year we have not just made sure that the topics which are relevant in the current film scenario, they have been brought up, but we have also put people who are relevant and the masters who are relevant in that domain in the world of today. So, Books to Box Office was the addition which we started last year. We had some publishers pitching books which they thought have capability of being turned into a film. This year, we have again made it into a curated section like all of the Film Bazaar is. So this is again curated with 30 titles selected from various titles. And out of these 30 titles also, there have been jury picks of 6 jury picks which have been created into a storyboard. Like there'll be visual storyboard, there'll be presentations on them. So this is one very good thing which we need to look forward to in Bazaar. We'll have beachside chat with the eminent people coming and attending it. So we have a separate pavilion for that inside the VFX pavilion. And this is the new addition to the Film Bazaar from the last year. We recognize that VFX is becoming an integral part of the filmmaking. So VFX pavilion has been added, which showcases the cutting edge technology. The Netflix, Amazon, Sony, Google Arts and Culture are few of them, and Innovative Film Academy are the few of them who will be showcasing the technology and help the traditional filmmakers to explore what can technology do to us. There are film offices, 14 country and state film offices, and apart from that, we also have 20 more stalls. And this is the brief layout of it. But before you go ahead and explore, I'll tell you that this was the vision of our Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, that Bazaar should be made made into a hub, into an ecosystem where the creativity can flourish. Nobody can force people to select somebody, but because of this ecosystem, from morning to the night, evening parties also, you will also find out that there has been addition in the into a pouring partner for the evening party, and the drinks party will also be better. So I'm closing off with this, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Prithul sir. What an exciting week we have lined up for the Film Bazaar 2023. I would now like to ask Mr. Sanjay Gupta, the country head of Google India, to please address this Film Bazaar family.
Good evening, everyone. To the Honorable Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakurji, Festival Director, IFFI, and Film Bazaar, Shri Prithul Kumar, our industry collaborators, and the storytellers. Namaste to all of you. I am deeply honored to be here at this special gathering that brings the finest of global cinema to India and takes the best of Indian stories to the world. Films truly wield the power to shrink the world. And this is brought to life in timeless phrase on the IFFI website, which says, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. When a story from a faraway land strikes a chord with a completely new culture, it underscores that our similarities truly outweigh our differences. The world is actually one family. This resonates with me personally. At YouTube, we share a very similar purpose: to give everyone a voice and to show them the world. Stories have the power to move people, as all of you know, and touch their souls. And India is a land of stories and storytellers, like Mahabharata, Ramayana, or the fables of Panchatantra that reflect timeless lessons on wisdom and life. The advent of films added a new level of immersion and wonder to storytelling, overcoming, from a country like India, literacy barriers, catering to India's linguistic and cultural diversity, and effortlessly engaging people across the spectrum. From the first Indian feature film released, Raja Harishchandra, to a cutting-edge film like RRR that won global accolades. What an explosion of creativity in the past century and a decade. Equally as India, we pride ourselves in being the digital powerhouse of the world. As our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has said, this is India's decade. The powerful combination of creativity and technology is what will help power us into the Amrit Kal. And films will play a critical role in this journey. The film industry has been the flag bearer of India's age-old storytelling tradition and a true reflection of our country's diversity and plurality, and a force that unifies India. In my mind, with the power of technology, it is set to take India to the world. Technology plays many pivotal roles, and I'll talk about two of them. First, how technology propels the stories that all of you so dearly bring to the world. Take any movie, for instance. The magic is cast long before the movie releases. Around the nucleus of any story, there is so much of creativity or orbit of creativity around it. Teasers and trailers stoke immense excitement. Soundtrack drums up engagement. And behind the scenes, moments drive delights among fans. And there's a great example to think of, which is RRR. The movie's fandom drove more than 1 billion views on YouTube from movie-related content. And this reach is many, many times the number of viewers who actually went and saw the movie in a theater. Remember those rare moments of camaraderie and engagement when you meet a new group of people, like all of us here today, that you know you'll get along beautifully with them. It is that glorious coming together of conversations and kindred interests that brings stories alive. And it happens every single day on YouTube. Today, anyone can be a storyteller, and YouTube is potentially the the power behind that storyteller. This is a far cry from a few decades back when filmmaking was limited to a few cities. Now, using technology, everyone can tell a story and reach millions of people across the world. There's a village you'll be surprised to know called Tulsi near Raipur in Chhattisgarh. That is now on the global map. And why? Because 1 in every 3 people in that village is a YouTube creator. There are great examples of indie filmmakers telling amazing stories, and I'm sure you'll experience all that in the next few days here amongst us. And we at Google are passionate about them. And we are humbled when people from across, whether they're artists or home chefs or teachers, turn to YouTube to tell their message to the world. Individual creators such as Abhi and Neo are taking Indian stories to the world. And music artists like King are popularizing Hindi pop. And our own ISRO space videos, especially the Chandrayaan-3 landing, was watched by over 8 million people. If you have a story to tell, YouTube is the engine that can propel it from Mumbai to Montreal or from Seoul to Santiago. The next critical role technology plays is even more critical, which is protect the creators and the people and the viewers. We know that at the core of creativity is the power of ideas, and we cherish the sanctity of rightful ownership of those ideas. Your idea should be your idea, be it for ownership, fame, or monetization. And YouTube has invested immense amount of effort and built powerful tools that underline technology to protect our creators. We use technology to remove hindrances in storytelling and offer state-of-the-art technology for rights owner to combat piracy and to monetize the content for its real owner. Equally, we strive extremely hard to safeguard our viewers on our platform. Our systems work round the clock, using a combination of technology and people in 22 Indian languages. We use leading-edge AI and machine learning to suppress content which people shouldn't be watching. In fact, between the month of April and June, we removed 73 lakh videos which we thought were violating the code, the ethics of the country. Over 94% of these videos were flagged by machines, and most of them were pulled off before they even had 10 views. Just last week, we announced certain guidelines that will roll out to particularly in this new world of AI and machine learning, which is engulfing all of us. This is on YouTube. This includes option for creators to indicate altered or synthetic content and flags that will show up on all such content on YouTube. So just to complete these two ideas, first to propel stories and second to protect our creators and viewers, forms the bedrock of our commitment. And what is our commitment? Our commitment is to give everyone in India's creative community a voice and to take that voice to the whole world. We believe stories and storytellers preserve culture and inspire all of us as a society. We believe that technology can be crucial in bringing this culture at the fingertips of each one of us across the world. And cinema, which we are celebrating today, is intrinsic to our culture, and we are thrilled to pay a tribute and deepen our partnership with Indian cinema. So in the midst of this august audience, it is my honor to launch a new digital hub that will host an incredible repository of the influence of Hindi cinema and its impact on our culture. We plan to expand to more Indian languages in the near future. This new online hub is being built by experts, has more than 120 exhibits, and more than 7,000 high-resolution images and videos, which will showcase India's cinematic journey and storytelling and bring that creative power to audiences across the world. I want to thank the special 21 partners who worked deeply with us on this, including the National Film Archive, who curated a very special exhibit about the influence of Gandhiji on cinema. With that, may I request to roll the Hindi cinema show reel, please.
Hindi cinema isn't just a reflection of life. For many, it is life itself.
यही तो मैं भी कहना चाहती हूँ.
The stories, the icons, the dances, the songs. Oh, the songs.
Hindi film songs are not just songs, they're little philosophies of life.
In celebration of this incredible institution, Google Arts and Culture presents a nostalgic trip back in time to revisit our favorite moments in Hindi cinema.
I just love it.
There's an academic to how India reflects very strongly in the cinema story.
Explore a unique retrospective of expertly curated content, rare images in high resolution, interviews with industry legends, virtual tours of iconic spaces, and behind the scenes chronicles. An experience that's immersive, inspiring, and occasionally melodramatic.
I would now like to invite the Honorable Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakurji, to officially launch the Google Arts and Culture Hindi exhibit and open it to the world, sir, please. And may I request Ishan to come up with the clicker to help do the inauguration. Ishan.
And now, to commemorate this special occasion, can I request Sanjay to honor the minister with a special memento, please, that we've created just for this event.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta, for that enthralling presentation. I also want to mention that Google Arts and Culture has a fantastic exhibit at the VFX and Tech Pavilion, which I hope all of you are going to check out at some point this week. I would now like to invite the Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Shri Anurag Thakur, to please give the inaugural address for Film Bazaar 2023.
See, we have about 18 to 20 seats in the front, which you can occupy, any one of you who wants to come in the first two rows. Any one of you are standing and want to occupy these chairs, you can make yourself comfortable. Prathul ji, Sanjay ji, distinguished guests, esteemed filmmakers, collaborators, delegates, and industry colleagues. A warm welcome to the Film Bazaar at the 54th International Film Festival of India. It's an honor to be here with you, celebrating the art of storytelling in the spirit of collaboration. The Film Bazaar, like a bustling marketplace of ideas, is a heaven for filmmakers, producers, and storytellers from all corners of the globe. It's a confluence of creativity and commerce, ideas and inspirations that form the building blocks of this thriving cinematic marketplace. In its 17th year, the Film Bazaar has become an indispensable cornerstone of the IFI, going beyond borders and evolving into one of the Asia's biggest film markets. This year, as India led the G20 presidency, and we embraced the powerful mantra of Vasudev Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. And this guiding principle resonated not only on the grand stages of the global diplomacy, but also found its way into the heart of International Film Festival of India at Goa. Isn't it amazing to consider that all it takes to bridge the gap across diverse cinematic cultures is an addition of subtitle or translation of work? When we overcome that barrier, we find that our stories speak a universal language. This is exactly what we aim to achieve at IFI. Narratives that bind us together as a global community. This year, the selection of films for the Film Bazaar reflects a diverse mix of fiction, docu-shorts, documentaries, horror films, and even an animated film that deals with themes relating to the diaspora, both in India and abroad, patriarchy, urban angst, extreme poverty, climate crisis, nationalism, sports, and fitness. Film Bazaar has time and again given us cinematic treasures like The Lunchbox, Court, Miss Lovely, and many more. With this extraordinary lineup, we are also in for some exciting new experiences this year. Starting with the co-production market, which has expanded significantly this year, featuring 142 projects from 19 countries. It's a global feast of stories uniting from India to USA and from Germany to Bangladesh. What's really thrilling is the new addition to the co-production market, the documentaries. At the 95th Academy Awards, our documentaries, The Elephant Whisperers and All That Breathes, not only showcase the incredible richness of India, that also earned us global acclaim. Building on that inspiration, we proudly present 12 documentaries from 7 countries in the co-production market, exploring life in 17 different languages. It's a journey into the heart of reality through the lens of the filmmakers. Next in our video library, the viewing room, we are delighted to show you 190 submissions, a few submissions from which will be selected for the Film Bazaar recommends. The Work in Progress Lab is where filmmakers show the raw beauty of their work, doubling the project count from the last year. We have 10 projects ready to unveil this year. Next up, the Knowledge Series Vertical transforms into Wisdom Carnival this year, where you can't only view these submissions but also engage in a profound learning experience with the industry expert. In a note to innovation and a step with the Prime Minister's call for ease of doing business, our exciting new addition, Book to Box Office, will showcase 59 submissions, seamlessly making the jump from books to the screens. Moving on, this year we are also shining a spotlight on VFX, animation, and cutting-edge technology with participation from esteemed platforms like Google Arts, what we have just seen, what Mr. Sanjay has shown to the entire community here. So it is the Google Arts and Culture, Netflix, and other industry leaders converging at the VFX Pavilion. Over the years, different Indian states have showcased their unique locations and smart marketing strategies to attract filmmakers. Last year, we expanded our horizons by inviting film commissions from around the world, and this year, countries like United Kingdom, South Africa, Russia, Tajikistan, and many others have joined in to set up their own exhibition spaces. A big welcome to all our international friends. It comes as no surprise that the Indian media and entertainment industry, with an annual growth of, can you guess? 3%, 5%, 8%? The annual growth rate is 20%. and the market is hailed at fifth largest and most globalized industry in the world. Today we are the fifth largest and the most globalized industry in the world. Further fortifying our creative economy are the policies and initiatives that have been set in motion. From facilitating international co-productions, ensuring a single window clearance mechanism for filming permissions, a focused approach to AVGC with draft policy, and the creation of Indian intellectual properties, we are not only strengthening our creative sector, but also enhancing India's position as a global exporter of culture and universal values. As I conclude, let me once again congratulate Prithul and his entire team for putting up a good show this year again. And let me also welcome the international friends. Every year in the last couple of years, we have seen it is not double, but it has gone many times more. And I'm sure, Sanjay, in the coming years, this film festival is going to be one of the top film festivals in the world. And I'm sure with your presence and making it happen, and with partners like Google coming with us, Netflix, and many such players, I'm sure it's going to strengthen the International Film Festival of India in the coming years. Once again, I would like to thank all the filmmakers, delegates, partners, stakeholders who have played an essential role in shaping and elevating this business arm of IFFI, the Film Bazaar. Thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to see you at the opening ceremony of the International Film Festival of India, and looking forward to see you tomorrow at the Google Pavilion also, and many such pavilions where we're going to see the latest technology. And as you see, the Indian government has a lot of focus on the animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics. And our new policy, which will be out soon, will come with a lot of offers for the industry. Thank you once again for being here. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Shri Anurag Thakurji. On behalf of the Film Bazaar team, we would like to officially thank you for your vision and your leadership. This week would not have been possible for our filmmakers and all of our guests without your support, your day-to-day calm, resolve, and true spirit of collaboration. Prithul sir, you have been our captain, our mentor, our cheerleader. And on behalf of the entire team of Film Bazaar, we sincerely cannot wait to make you proud. So thank you to all of you who've been here. And sir, on this note, we ask you to please proceed to your next engagement. And I ask all the delegates to please hold on, because we're going to do a quick little recap of how to navigate Film Bazaar. So please stay in your seats, and please give them a huge round of applause. Thank you, sir. Pleasure. Film Bazaar delegates, please hold on. We have a how to navigate Film Bazaar session planned just for you. Please don't leave. Can we get the lights, please, in the center? Can we get the lights on right here? Thoda bahut hai, sir. Okay, Film Bazaar delegates, if you will please take your seats. For those of you who are with us for the first time, I want to just give you the lay of the land. Knowledge series, panel discussions, master classes, open pitches by co-production market, work in progress, Screenwriters Lab, and Film Bazaar recommends all take place here in this ballroom. So this is where you need to come for all things that are the brain of Film Bazaar, the nucleus of Film Bazaar. Around the corner in the annex building behind us is where you can conduct your meetings for the co-production market and the Screenwriters Lab, and that's literally right behind us. There's a passageway that takes you directly to that building. Below us, on the first floor, you will find the 3 cinemas for our market screenings and our viewing room, where we have about 200 films on restricted access. You have to be a film festival director, producer, distributor, or sales agent to have access to the viewing room. And if you have any questions or concerns about your access, please speak to me or to the rest of my team. Our nightly parties, which are the highlight of Film Bazaar, will take place in the lawn, which is right outside by the poolside. Beyond the lawns, where the promenade is, you will find our VFX and Tech Pavilion, where Netflix is having 3 deep dive sessions daily, so make sure you catch one of those. Also, we have other brands like Google, Amazon, Sony, and the Innovative Film Academy, who have demonstrations and immersive experiences planned for you. So please, 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 make sure you check out our VFX and Tech Pavilion. It's more like an art exhibit, heavily curated, and you will not be disappointed. Trust me on that. In that same tent, we have our book to box office and our beachside chats, as well as open pitches for books that we are going to be adapting for the screen, for shows, and for web series, as well as films. There's a book to box office schedule in your project's catalog, so make sure you check those out. Some of our beachside chats are with Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Utkarshini, who just won the National Award for Gangubai Kathiawadi, as well as Dr. Vikram Sampath. So please check those out, and please make sure you attend beachside chats in the book to box office tent. Now, in the tent next door to that, we have the Creative Minds of Tomorrow, and right next to that is the cafe. You can go there for refreshments, for food, for drinks. There's also a seating area. You can have meetings there, and we also have amazing merchandise from the Film Bazaar that you can take back as souvenirs for all of those who are visiting from abroad, as well as from around India. Last but not least, we have our producers workshop and our student producers workshop in the final tent that's at the very end of the promenade. I also want to thank all of you in advance for accommodating and being flexible with us this week. My team and I have been working very, very hard to make sure this is a memorable and lucrative experience for all of you. So if you're not put in the hotel of your choice, or you do not have a room, or the car has been late to pick you up, please know that we're doing our absolute best, and we want to make this the most amazing experience for you possible. Bear with us, accommodate with us, and we will do everything we can to make sure you are comfortable and you are here to enjoy the rest of the bazaar. I want to end with a challenge. Since it's our 17th edition, I challenge all of you to meet 17 strangers who you've never met before. Meet them, greet them, interact with them, make them your friends, and make them your collaborators. And that is the beauty of Film Bazaar. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, let's have the best Film Bazaar possible. Welcome to 2023's edition.